Hi dear, a very warm welcome to all the viewers from Data Enchanters. In today's video, we will walk you through this wonderful task tracker that will help you to keep a track of your tasks. Either you are in a role where you are doing multiple tasks yourself, or you are in a role where you need to coordinate with different people in regard to various tasks assigned to them. You can use this tracker for both the purposes. Before I actually walk you through how this task tracker works, I would like to introduce you to uh, two features that we are introducing for our users. The first is help. If you encounter any challenge while using this task tracker, or you land up in a situation where the tracker is not actually work the way you wanted the tracker to behave, then you can simply click on this icon and this will open up an email for you with our email ID populated uh, automatically. You can simply write in your query, your comment, your feedback, or the challenge that you are facing, and we will get back to you. We will solve that problem for you. The second feature that we are introducing in this tracker is you need not to enter the date manually. Wherever you want to enter the date, you can use this date picker. So this is a Excel add-in function that we have used here. So you can simply scroll down or scroll up as you like. And once you find your, the desired date, you can simply select that date, and clicking on that date will populate the date in the cell which you have selected. Say if I select a date here, I have selected this cell column, cell F4, and I'll click here. It will give me the date automatically. So these are the two features that we have introduced. Now, let me walk you through this tracker. Here, you have a small dashboard which will present to you the total, how many tasks are there on your list, how many tasks you have closed successfully, how many tasks are due on that specific date on which you are reviewing this tracker, and how many tasks are overdue and how many tasks are not yet due. Here is the review date. Here, just keep a note of one thing. Those columns which has gray background in their heading, these are the columns in which you need to enter data manually. All those columns which have blue background, in those columns, the data will get populated automatically as soon as you will enter the data in the columns which are having gray background. So let's start entering couple of tasks here. So first task is I'm recording it on 1st of February. Test, test, test. Target closer date I'm put as 7th of February. Then another task I'm going to add on the same date, say 1st of February. Test, test, test. And here the target closer date I'm putting as 13th of February. Then another task I'm entering on 2nd of February. Test, test, test. And let's assume the target closer date is 5th of February. Let's enter one more task on, say, 4th of February. Test, test, test. And let's assume the target closer date is 20th of February. Now, we have entered some of the basic details. That is the date on which you have recorded the task description, and in the update column, you can actually write comments or you can write the notes about that particular task if you want to enter any details. Then here in this task owner column, you will enter the person who is responsible to do the task. And then we have the target closure date. Now, at times what happens is we figure out that the date which we have put as target closure date is something which is not achievable, and you want to revise the target date. So let's change the revised target date for this particular task from 7th of January to 12th of, 7th of February to 12th of February. So here, this is showing the aging of the task. That means on which date the aging is calculated from the date on which you recorded the task. So here the task was recorded on 1st of February and today is 2nd of February. So that's why the aging of this task is 1 day. Here also we have entered this first two tasks on 1st of February. That's why aging is 1 day. The third task we have added on 2nd of February. That's why the aging is 0, because today itself we have added this task. Here we have put a future date. That's why it is showing as -2 days. Action due in. So after how many days you need to uh, finish off this task, or how many days are there before available for you to close this task. That is calculated from the target closure date and the review date. Now here, 12th February is my target closure date. And here review date is 1st of February. That's why it is showing that this task need to be completed in 11 days. Here my target closure date is 13. So here again, if you will change the target closure date to some other date, say I think that no, I can finish it earlier. So if I change or enter 5th of February as my revised target closing date, then it is showing me that this task needs to be finished off in next 4 days. Moving further, here you have actual closure date. The moment you will enter a date here, let me freeze this column here. So now you can go to actual closure date, and let's put say 7th of February as my closure date. So what will happen here is, first it will tell me that in how many days I was able to close the task. That's number one. Number two, the status of task has changed to closed. The due status also changed to closed task. And action due, because my task is already completed, so there will no days before I need to close the task. And here my dashboard also changed. So total task is 4, closed task is 1, task due today is 0, overdue is 0, task which is not yet due is 3. And so that's how you can use this tracker. One of the benefit that you will get out of this tracker is, here we are calculating that how many days we actually took to close a particular task. So this can be used as a feedback when in future you are either doing the same task, or you are trying to plan out for a similar task. Then you can use this as an input to calculate how many days you will require to close that particular task. So before we move further, I have a question for you. Is time travel possible? Some of you must be wondering that how come Excel with time travel? Not to worry, my friends. Whether physically we can travel in time or not, that is something we will come to know in future. But with the help of this tracker, I can give you an experience of time travel right away. How you can use time travel? This review date. Right now it is 1st of February, and that's how these dates are, the status of task is being calculated or is being projected here. So from 1st of February, review date, let's change it to 13th of February. So see what happened. Here, the status of task has changed for us. Let's try it again. Instead of 1st of February, let's change it to 22nd of January. Again, the status of task and their due status has changed. Only the status which is not changing is for closed task, because that task has already been closed. If we remove the closure date for this task also, then this task will also come in my open task status. Now, if you again change the date to, say, let's change it to 20th of February. Oops, sorry, I entered the date in the wrong column. Sorry, wrong cell. Let me change the review date to 20th of February. Then let's see what happens. So see, again, the status of all the task has changed. Now, total task is 4, closed task is 0, because for none of the tasks we have entered the closure date. Task due today is 1, because the target closure date for task number 4 is 20th of February. And then we have the overdue task is 3, because for this it is 5th of February, for this also it is 5th of February, and for task number 1 it is 12th of February, which has already been passed. So what I'm trying to tell you is, once you have data, by changing the review date, you can actually see how your task tracker was looking like 5 days back, or how your task tracker will look or appear 5 days or 10 days down the line. So this is how you can use this task tracker to stay on the top of the task that either you are performing or you have assigned to other people and you need to follow up. I hope this task tracker will help you to organize, manage, and keep a track of the various tasks on which you are working.
Very well, friends. That's all from our side in today's session. Hope you liked the session. If you have liked the session, don't forget to press the like button and do subscribe to our channel. And when you are subscribing, please don't forget to press the bell icon so that you get notified as soon as we post a new video. And yes, of course, don't forget to share it with your friends.